from SF-RATON-NZ, the home of the Super Chief and the Santa Fe Railway Company. In this update I'll show you some of the things that we have done and the progress is taking place, ready for the last level to come in, and I'll show you the parts that we're working on it. But hope you enjoy the video, and all the best, and let's get into it. One of the updates that we've done is that on the reverse loop for LA, and put a bit of scenery in and put an overhead pass bridge and rock formation on this corner, and then to make it so that it would tie in with the other side, we made sure that the bridges met across and could join in. So as you can see, we now come across. Now this bridge is the one that I built that was going to be used for Kyoto, which went straight across the main road coming down, main line coming down from Raton Pass, but as you'll see later on, I don't have much room. So we made it that we've got these two overpass bridge. One is for, both of them are for over the railway, but it gives the illusion that the traffic is going through, and in the corner behind the post here I've got it so it goes around. Painted the scenery and added that all up. And putting this bridge across, we had to have another reason for it to come across there, and so what we did is we made it that it went across a valley, and in the bottom of that valley we put a pond in it, and to give a bit of the runoff from the water from the railway. So there's a drain pipe just up in there, comes down through that, down and then it goes down into a pond that's got some trees falling in it, bits and pieces. So that is what we did on that part there. I think it's given the this end bit a bit of clarity and a little bit of a wow factor for people that come in and have a look at it. So the bridge is linked together through the road. The cars are all glued down so that I can lift all those sections out. This section here lifts up, and so that if I have to do maintenance I can do it, and the cars come with it. So it makes it a lot easier for doing track work, for doing repairs, or adding bits in that are missing that I need to put in. Just fits back into place, and it's really cool. Okay, now we'll go on to the next one. The next area is on the bottom of the swing gate where the reverse loop comes through. I decided to make that a complete scene on its own, and so I came up with that, why not have a ranch in there. So I've created a ranch called Cannon Ranch. The perspex in front blocking it off, but that's so that you don't knock it. I scratch built the bridge. It is rough, but I'm putting this way back into the 1940s, 1950s. I know some of those vehicles are a little bit modern, but if we stay into the 50 area, they're not too bad fitting in. So I put that in there, and I'm now deciding whether I need to make a path or a track somewhere so that the cattle, because they're a breeding cattle place, can go across, so that underneath the area, which is in a complete mess over there, I can put another set of yards so that stock and that can come down to it. So that is one of the things, and it's opening up, and time I put fences in and put a lot of cattle on it, I think it'll look pretty cool. The next area that happened is I've got the next stage of Rattle Mountain in place. It's sitting up there, and I've got it so that I've got 3 axes onto it. In the middle section there, that folds down, it's got a strap to stop it from hitting the station. On the entrance over there, a magnetic door that opens and get in, and then on the outside of the building I have a drop down so you can see right into it. But it's going to give me quite a bit of more area and that for the track to go into. I'm having to lose out on Kyoto, which was in that area over there, but when it comes off this point here, it'll curve around and will match up, which I've shown in the other ones before, at that point there, and that's the last level. And so that will give me quite a bit of real estate up there where I can put woot on and have it so that I've got the area to go into the mountain. And also right on this corner of the building, just there, I'm going to put the opalek, or the little pedestal thing that shows the boundary between Colorado and New Mexico, so that as you come in the layout you can have a look, you can see it. Right, as saying before, there's a trapdoor that gets me into the back of the Raton Mountain, which will allow me to get in if there's any derailments without having to modify or alter the Albuquerque. One of the areas that I've just about finished is just before you came into Wootton. On my old layout, this is where I had the waterfall, and if you can see up the top here on this part, I cut about 300 millimeters off it, so to get it into that level, so get down. But it means I reorganised the bridge, set that up, got my points here, and at this point here we go into Wootton, and then it goes into the Rattle Mountain. This bridge will take us down to Morley, and that runs along the long section. So that's just about ready to go in. I've got a few little details to finish up. For example, down there in the river, I've got to put the ropes on to tie the boat in place. The tractor and trailer is glued in. There's people there, and there's a guy fishing down there, and when it's up I'll take a shot of that so you'll be able to see it. So at the moment I'm pretty happy how that's coming on. It's taken its time, but I just want to get it so that when I put it in place it's easy to work on. This section over here and these along the back here are all lift out, so when I put this unit up in the corner where it's got to go, then I can screw it all in place, do all my wiring, and then put those back in and hook up the stuff that needs to be hooked up. So that is the progress so far at the moment on that one. The other area that's been done is the scrap metal section, and done it quite well. Well, I think I have. There'll probably be some people that say it's not. Put a building that I had, pulled it apart and re-scratched it to fit in there, and so now it's the weighbridge is where that truck and trailer unit is, and also the track is on top of it. So the building ends up being as the scale room, and the vehicles come in on this entrance here and around across the weighbridge, and then they can come out on this side over here. And I've made all my own scrap out of old broken up Matchbox toys, some plastic castings and everything else. So it's a little bit of detail that's on there. Panning around, you see the super cheapest part there at the moment, because Raton Station has had quite a bit of major work done to it. There is Raton Cattle Yard with its sidings, and yet to put some more cattle in it, and yet to put more vehicles in here. This along the front is a road that goes right across towards Raton. Still a lot in progress, and the road comes around the front and then comes into the yard, and health and safety will be out. The forklift's fallen over, the driver's still trapped in it, but I'm yet to figure out what to do in this corner down here where I've got that house that was at the far end, but I'll show you where I've changed it there. I want to put it down that end. And then I've printed and through Photoshop, and then printed it in a PDF form so I can get it as a poster design. But Raton Station that I took from Google Earth, and you'll notice it's quite blurry, but on the day that I took it there was a lot of sun out, and that's what the image was like from the satellite. But I'm pleased with it because time the next deck fits on top, and that will be just about level with the top of Raton Mountain, which is that one just there I'm pointing the finger. It won't look so bad, and it'll look pretty cool, and then goes out round to there. So I've just put down Paving Stones and dirt scene, which is outside of Raton Station, which I took off Google Earth and printed and put them in, and I'm pleased how they've turned out. As you can see, they don't look too bad, but I'm just on 6 feet and I can see it looking across, so if someone was looking at it from down there, the view they would get would probably end up looking very much like this one here. But either way, it's still quite effective, so I'm happy with it. I've got my Raton Station in, which I was dreading I might have to scratch build, and that's something I've not been very good at doing, but it's in there and I think it looks pretty good. The Super Chief, when it pulls in, will look pretty cool on that part there. So I've brought the town right across the end, the platform go out to the end. That is Rattle Mountain, the transmitters and everything on top, and there's a big sign like what Hollywood has that says Raton, but pretty cool on that. I've done a bit in the yard. I've put some dirt down here, still got a lot of greenery to go in, and then when it's all finished I can stick the water tower in place and put grass turfs at the bottom of it and make it look pretty good. But that there is the end of the station area in the town, and then I came around and I added in through Photoshop some more pictures, and then I mounted all this stuff on a foam section so that I can lift it out. Excuse the movement, but I'm trying to do this all on a tripod instead of doing it by hand, because sometimes I get a little bit shaky and don't seem to be having much joy in it at the moment. But I've still got work to do in the back of along here by the retaining wall and ballasting down, but I put in the little houses there. I've still got some trees to go in and bits and pieces and border around. And as I came around, I kept taking images from off Google Earth of the hillsides and that around by Raton. I thought just for a bit of fun I'd put this pub in there. I've got to put a lot of people on it, but it's part of the old part of the town way out in the countryside. So time it goes to there and it comes right in, and where the backdrop part there with the hill on, I've folded around so it meets in with the other section. So it tidies that piece up. So I'm quite happy with that. I'm thrilled how it's come out. I have to do all this top section. I know in my very first video I said I'd be doing no scenery until I got all my track work. I have run trains over this and tested it, except for the bit into Rattle Mountain. I have tested out in the workshop, but not since it's been put in place. So, but this section of Raton where the houses and all that is, that has to be finished, because when the next level goes in, if you see where that pencil mark is, that's the bottom of the next level, so there's not much room in there. So when that is done, I can then put the bridge across to Rattle Mountain and do the work that I need to there. I've still got scenery to do in there, which has to be done soon, and along the track, so that then I can put Albuquerque back together and finish off wiring all that. So in the meantime, that is a little bit of a progress of the update of what's happening down here. We are still alive, we're still doing well, even after all the turmoil of all the riot strikes and protesters and everything else. But yeah, it's strange, but we're getting there. So guys, from New Zealand, take care, look after yourselves, and most important, God bless you all and keep you well. Bye.